Welcome back to Billins World.
What's up, YouTube?
He is not a motherfucking podcaster. This is not a motherfucking podcast. This is Billins World, brought to you by HitMyLineAccessories.com. Get all your smoking accessories there. JiggyMafia.com. Join the Mafia. We got a bunch of new fire shirts out. And AIRTIMEMUSICLLC.com for any musicians or media outlet people. Billin, tell them what we're getting into today.
On today's episode, man, based on from the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson, Thriller.
Ye fucking he.
Woo! I mean, like the straight solid greatest hits album, 7 fucking singles. I mean, man.
Go off, Billin.
Isn't this like the highest all-time selling album here?
Go off, Billin.
The video, Thriller itself, a fucking movie which would even influence hip-hop with their movie videos. Come on. You know what I'm saying? But Michael did, of course, have more other videos too, like movie-like videos, but you get my drift. This is up for debate plenty of times for his best album, his best body of work. You know,
first album, right?
This was
first
really,
solo album.
No, actually not.
No.
Well, this is his 6th altogether, but prior this was Off the Wall.
No, Off the Wall.
Yeah, that was prior. Yes, that's you know, a lot of times it's the big debate with Off the Wall, Thriller. But though me personally, I do like the Bad album, which was the followed this one here. But this is about Thriller here, man. Production from the legendary Quincy Jones. And to this day, I mean, these records, man. This album dropped in 1982.
Damn, way before.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
But look how even, you know, it had been out for some time, and I still, you know, it still caught my ear, caught my eye. You know, the Thriller video as a kid, you know, never scared me, but sure it done scared plenty. But still, I was like, man, this is really dope, man. All that, but this had Billie Jean, Beat It. Want to Be Starting Something, Human Nature, man. Probably my favorite Michael Jackson track of all time. Possibly, you know, I mean, it's really very up there. PYT. I mean, shout out to James Ingram, R.I.P. I believe he penned PYT.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Wow.
Rock with you was on this, right?
No. But man, The Girl Is Mine is on here with Paul McCartney. Baby Be Mine, The Lady in My Life.
What's your favorite track off this joint?
Human Nature.
Yo, fire song, bro.
Human Nature, man.
Fire song. Remix is even better.
Has been sampled quite a few times. You know, if you know, you know. SWV, Nas. You know. I'm not gonna start singing, but yeah. Wow. It ain't hard to tell. Da 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 da. Man, so come on, this man. It's up for debate, definitely of Mike's best, you know. But like I said, it's also named the greatest hits album. You know, I believe the original title for the song Thriller was Starlight. The demo is still out there to listen to as well for the public ear if you haven't already. I believe it's called Starlight. And then, you know, then it got the song, you know, the original Thriller song Starlight. And maybe the album was going to be titled Starlight and all that. But then they went with the Thriller, which, you know, I felt, you know, worked and all. Yeah.
Thriller, I mean, damn, Michael got a lot of good freaking music, man.
And for this time, you know, this album, a very, very superb melting pot of pop, post-disco, rock, and funk, you know, and that's what made this very, just it, you know, one of the best albums ever.
You guys know anything about Hefe? I love funky shit. Funky music, funky beats. Man, Michael Jackson, one of the all-time greats. Thriller is a very good album. Michael's had mad influence on mad people, man. Chris Brown, fucking Usher.
Yeah, JT.
Yeah, list goes on, man. Who hasn't he influenced? Justin Timberlake, yeah, we're
Yeah.
So this album, classic or tragic, man?
Classic, absolutely, man.
1 out of 10, bro. Since it's a classic.
Definitely a 10 in my eyes, 5 star. Superb, man. Like, you still hear these records, quite a few of the songs from this album to this day, right? And still in rotation. Rather if it's, out in the
So,
radio,
some of this shit,
on
it
the
don't matter
playlist.
where it drop, especially if it drop at a barbecue. You hear Michael at a barbecue, you moving.
Yeah, you're gonna even have a little bit, little kids and all that pop into the dancing to "Wanna Be Starting Something" when that track come
Till
on.
this day. Till this day. I mean, shit, how old is Chris Brown? And when it caught Chris Brown's ears, it inspired him to.
He probably about around 30 mark, but yeah, um, just same with us, man. I remember having even the Moonwalker. I still probably have it around somewhere. Actually, the cassette tape, for that movie he had that played his videos in as well. So
You ever had the Michael Jackson video game?
no, I didn't have that.
Let's not forget that Michael Jackson had a fucking video game, bro. Shout out to Michael Jackson for having a fucking video game.
King of Pop, man. Gary, Indiana's own. Shout out to all the Jacksons, Jackson 5, all that. Janet, hey, Janet,
Anybody else in the family really love this album?
Yes, absolutely. I have an aunt that's a huge fan. Huge fan. And it's probably part of the reason why I became a huge fan of Mike. And, she had a lot of his records in her collection, and I would get my hands on them and probably even, borrow them or dub them or whatever until I could get my own. But, yeah, definitely. And, every year around like the Halloween season, Thriller is that fucking record to this damn day. You know what I'm saying? And
Dude, that video is probably one of the best videos ever made.
possibly, yeah.
Keep
It's up
you.
for debate. Let us know in the section,
come,
y'all. Comment, subscribe, man.
When it comes on, it's like a fucking movie. I mean, if you catch the whole video, because there are two different types of video. There's the part where they just play where he's singing and stuff like that, and then there's like the part where it's like a fucking movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
that made it so special,
Yeah, Michael had a way of creating and content in a whole different way back in the day. Like he'd make shit like a movie or some shit like that, man. But it was great content, great shit. What about this album stands out for you? Like, you know what I mean? Like what when you hear this album, where are you at? Like in your head, like where does it take you? Like let's say you're in the car and some of this album comes on or something like that. Does it ever take you somewhere? Because all the good music always puts you in a trance. Like
Yeah.
I remember when I heard this, I was over here, over there. Give me one of those type of stories. Where were you the first time you heard Thriller?
Wow.
Where were you the first time you heard the album? How about that? What age did you hear the album at?
Yeah, very. I probably copped the album. I remember it was re-released after he had passed and all, and this because this is the highest all-time selling album. So yeah, it just like with all the hits and everything, it's just a feel-good album and all that. And I'm pretty sure as a kid watching the video, I probably then got up and tried to dance just like that and everything in front of family and all, whatever, like, yeah. So with all these hits and everything, a superb arsenal. It's just definitely a feel good vibe with like I said, the nice melting pot of post disco, rock and funk, and all that with pop as well.
Mom Dukes was a big Michael fan. She loved Michael and Prince. She was big on Thriller too. Not for nothing. She really loved this track, the Halloween track, the Thriller track. You know what I'm saying? She loved that fucking song. I don't know how many times I heard that shit when it was on my fucking radio, or how we used to dub the tapes back then and shit like that. Only song she ever wanted me to dub was either Prince or motherfucking Michael. She actually had the Thriller vinyl and the Purple Rain vinyl.
That is dope, man.
You know
That
what I'm
is so
saying?
dope. Shout out to all,
All the
all
vinyl
fans out there.
collectors.
Yeah.
If you got vinyls like that now, bro, you sitting on gold. At least if they original ones, you know what I'm saying? My brother's sensei Mustafa, he got a shitload of classic vinyls. Thriller being one of them. He's a DJ. DJ's on the weekend. I forgot what station and shit, but so for me, Thriller really was just like it takes me back to the times of mom cooking and singing up in the kitchen and shit like that, or going through the house just doing things, dancing, acting a fool. Cause Michael's just family friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear him at the fucking barbecues. You'll hear him at the family gatherings. You're gonna hear some Michael.
Yes, and this is an album, y'all. This is an album. Excuse me. You just play straight through, man. Just press play and just let it ride. You know what I'm saying? Up to this point, I believe 32 million sold worldwide.
32 mil. God damn it, Michael.
Well, I'm sorry. 66 now worldwide.
God damn, Mike.
Best selling album of all time.
His best-selling album?
Probably for everybody.
Everybody's, right? Yeah. Michael was global, man. People love Michael. He was global. Shit, Indian people, fucking Asian people, we all loved Michael, man. Michael was global. He was a hell of a performer. You know what I'm saying? That's what made the Thriller song so dope. Was the way he performed during the dance scenes in that video.
Absolutely,
you know
like no other, man. For real.
Like
that definitely was a key. Yes.
Yeah, the way he was performing and stuff, like the acting and stuff like that. Mike, for whatever reason, was good at acting in his videos and whatever the case may be. But it's really the dancing, man, the choreography, and because he had a lot of energy and he was a perfectionist. So, man, he really separated himself from the pack when it came to R&B. I mean, the only other person that you could probably argue, and now we're talking about his generation, guys, not now. Only other person that you could probably argue with Michael is Prince, bro. In that generation. Now, we got a bunch of other people, Usher, fucking, Chris Brown and shit like that now that you could probably be, well, really Chris Brown.
Yeah, often imitated, never duplicated, if you ask me.
Yeah, definitely. Word. Shout out to Smack, URLTV.tv. they say that shit all the time.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Smack.
So what did you take away from this album, man? Like the first couple of times that you heard it, like were you just like mind blown from it, or were you just like, I want to hear this?
Well, coming up, you'd always hear all these songs like, spread it out because, it's a melting pot, just hits. So you probably would be somewhere and hear this record, somewhere else and hear the other record. And, then we realized, I got older and realized that these were all on one album. And you could some will probably mix up some of these songs from the Off the Wall album as well, but because those albums obviously, were back to back. But yeah. I mean, Beat It, seeing the video, he had wild dance moves in that video as well. Billie Jean, But yeah, like.
Billie Jean.
Before Pop Smoke.
Billie Jean. Billie Jean is not my lover, man. That's a hell of a way to respond to some BS, right, on a song. Before Tory Lanez, it was motherfucking Michael. Mike can't shoot nobody in the foot, though. Allegedly.
Yeah.
So we
let us know what you think in the comment section. Is this Mike's best work? Definitely a classic, though. Not even a question. But is this his best album?
Do you think the facts of like the influence that this album's had on other artists? Do you think that factors into like his being his best album?
Yeah, I mean, yes, but also, man, can you really compete with this list here of just the singles, the singles for this album, who could come close?
Prince.
Yeah.
Prince at that time.
Yeah.
Prince.
Yeah.
Prince was the only one that could come close.
But come on now.
But Michael is still like I'm telling you, and it's all preference, of course. But to me, Michael was just a little more. He had a little more than Prince had, and it's only because. See, but it's two different elements though. So that's where the argument comes at, because Prince wasn't a dancer, but he was a hell of a fucking guitar player. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And a hell of a singer. Still a hell of a performer. Michael didn't have the guitar, but man, he used his feet like it was a motherfucking guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Word up. Moonwalking on your ass.
And his energy and everything else. I feel like Thriller might be his most influential album, especially the up and coming R&B artists and etc.
Yeah.
So where you at with Thriller? Like, is there anything else you want to include? Anything you got to say about this album that you didn't say yet?
Man, just really is like just on some movie shit, it's for that time, and like I said, the great production team. We had Eddie Van Halen on a guitar, James Ingram writing, Quincy Jones production, Vincent Price voicing, on the track, on the Thriller track as well, the guy talking at the end, that was icing of the cake, on the cake, and all that. Man. And hey, man, it's shout out to the King of R.I.P. the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, and this Thriller,
R.I.P.
man.
Michael Jackson.
What else is there to say? Classic indeed, man.
Yeah, that's the only thing we got left to say, really. Michael Jackson's Thriller. When it comes down to being a classic or a tragic, I believe it's a classic. Billin said it's a classic. Billin giving it a 10. I'm giving it a 10. Let us know what you think in the comments, though. What's your favorite track off this album? What's your favorite video from this album? And what's your rating on this album? Let us know in the comments. Billin, is there anything else?
No, that's all, man. That's pretty much it for this episode, y'all.
Once again,
yeah,
we got some new good looking shirts out right now on jiggymafia.com.
Yep.
Get your smoking merch and other things at hitmylineaccessories.com. And any artists, media personalities, photographers, anything, please get in contact with us at AIRTIMEMUSICLLC.com. Shoot us an email. This is Billin's World. He's not a podcaster. It's not a podcast. Till next time.